Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Unleashed. I think you can tell by the title and intro to this video what we're going to be discussing. Seems the Jun, among some other things, has been nerfed yet again. As soon as I get my nucleons up to Mark II level 8 and 9, they nerfed the Jun again. So, did it need the nerf? No, it definitely did not need the nerf. Again, it was pretty balanced after the last nerf, which was like, what, 2 days ago? 2 weeks ago. It's just absurd that they have nerfed it again. So we're going to try it out in a FFA match, and then a little bit of a domination match. And we're going to kind of see how it is. I've been testing it all night. If you have phase shift, it's not too bad, or advanced healing, but there's definitely some times that I was killed tonight that I wouldn't have been killed last night. And among that, I replaced my blitz with the Phantom. I have had the lasers on my Arthur since they came out. I used it to combat laser Ao Mings, so now I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do. I used them tonight and they weren't bad against the Ao Ming, but that's just because it took a big nerf. Against Nodens and regular bots, definitely not as good, but I don't think I want to go dumping a bunch of platinum into it now like I have in the past. You know, it's a $2,000 investment into the Titan that they just screwed up. So, and really the only real issue with the lasers was on the Ming platform. So if they wanted to fix that, I think they should have just maybe nerfed the extra damage that the Ming gets instead of the weapons, because now they're screwing everybody like me that has an Arthur or Kid with the laser weapons, and it's it's Pixonic. So, but as far as the Jun goes, definitely did not deserve another nerf. I think if anything in the game needs a nerf, it's obviously the Hawk, which is like an Jun on steroids when they first came out. At its peak, it's better than the Jun at its peak. It's obviously far more powerful than anything else in the game, but also the Nightingale. I mean, why would the Nightingale be able to use its stealth immediately upon climbing into the air and all the way down to the ground, on top of being able to, be up in the air, what, at least 50% of the time, every 8 seconds or so before it can go back up in the air, and stay in the air for 12 to 15 seconds. That's just not right. So here's a Hawk that I wouldn't have been able to get that much damage in on me had the Jun not taken another nerf. So almost got him, but I didn't. So I don't want to do a whole lot of voiceover for this video because it's very late and it's been a long week at work. So on top of that, the voice audio sounds a little bit different because I actually, I think most people know by now, I make my content using a tablet and a cell phone. One of the pieces for the tablet to be able to do voiceover is gone, so I can't hook my microphone up to it. So I'm doing it through Discord, and the audio quality is just not as good. So I apologize about that. There's just nothing I can do about that right now. I'll go buy a piece at some point, but this is just a hobby, so I want to be able to do this as cheap as possible, to show people that it is possible. So taking down another Hawk, but everything gets more damage in on your Jun now as it flies up. I've noticed with Titans, the majority of the time while I'm climbing, they aren't able to hit me very well, so those haven't affected me. I have not tested it with a phase shift yet, but I'm assuming phase shift is going to help out with that. So I'm going to leave my Jun in for the next little while. I took the 4-month break, I came back and the game was entirely different. My hanger was way out of date, so I've been spending most of my time upgrading the nucleons because after the Avenger nerf. So I've spent a lot of resources on these nucleons, and then the Aljun takes another nerf, but I think I'm gonna leave it in for now. I wasn't in any super high level clan battles tonight, so I don't know how the Aljun's going to perform against those guys. I'm assuming it's not going to be very well. The good news is, with Titans, you know, with Titans being entered into the game, you really only need 2, maybe 3 good bots, and then you're jumping into your Titan anyway. You know, if you're like me and have a totally maxed out Titan. The Aljun I always saved for the Titan phase anyway, so after my Arthur went down, I would jump into my Aljun and be able to, you know, work on Titans a little bit more. So it's not a huge deal to me. Now, there's a lot of people in the lower leagues that don't have a whole lot of options for replacing it, and they're just totally screwed. You know, which happens all the time. Luckily, I've been playing this game a long time, so when big nerfs hit, I'm generally able to replace everything I have, and it's, you know, it might for a couple weeks, but I have something that I can replace it with. Now, I still don't have any Hawks. I'm stuck at 3,500 components or so, and I dump a ton of money into the crate openings. The Hawk is going to be, you know, there's going to be 5 Hawks in everybody's hangar at the top level. So, you know, check out my Scorpion countering Hawks video. I think I've got a second Scorpion. I may throw it in place of the Phantom, which replaced the Blitz, and I'll try to do a video on the Blitz and kind of how it sucks now, I guess. But anyway, the Aljun's not. It was already nerfed into oblivion, so now it's a below average bot. It was an average bot, now it's below average, but it's still useful. You just have to be more careful with kind of when you're flying up, paying attention to where you're going to land. I may change my advanced healing into a phase shift so I can kind of get away with making a few mistakes, hopefully. But it's still going to be useful, especially in lower leagues. I'm in, you know, the Legend League, and we're the #1 clan on Amazon, so we're constantly fighting super high tier clans, and I don't think it's going to be very useful in those battles anymore. So if anybody has any suggestions of what to replace it with other than the Hawk, obviously I'm going to keep leveling up these nucleons so that when I do get a Hawk, they're going to go on it, and this will just be shelved. I used to run 2 Aljuns. I know people that ran 3, 4, 5 Aljuns. Those days are over. It's going to be replaced by the Hawk, and we're just going to have to deal with it. You know, Pixonic's got to make money. I understand that, but sometimes they do things just to force a meta change, and that's what this was. They were saying, we nerfed this bot twice, people still use it, we're going to force you to spend money to get something else. And those are the moves that Pixonic makes that I don't agree with. It's bad business, it's not building, it's not good customer service, so it's not building loyalty with the player base. And this is why the player base is shrinking, is because of moves like this. So enjoy the rest of the video. I'm going to go ahead and sign off because I'm exhausted. So please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Join our public Discord for the clan, you know, our clan vendetta. And y'all have a good night. Thank you very much.